So it just so happens that the last time we recorded, we did the super unfortunate murder of Mariah Wilson. Mm-hmm. And so now I had actually assumed that they were going to delay the trial even further after Kaitlin Armstrong's escape attempt. They did not. And also, so they did not. And also, I think we left off last time. I was like, we don't really know if they're going to allow her escape attempt as evidence, but they are.
Oh my God, that's incredible.
I know. So cameras were allowed inside the courtroom only for the opening statements. They'll be allowed in for closing statements and the verdict, but not during any of the witness testimony. So I'm mostly relying on like reporting and tweets, but the first day was super juicy. Ooh. And the assistant district attorney, Ricky Jones, he presented new evidence, including a timeline using phone records. The defense attorney, Jeffrey Purrier, I think is how his name is pronounced. I'm not really sure. His argument appears to be that, you know, they have so much footage of this truck and they have of her black SUV and they have all this footage. But I mean, there's no footage of her killing Mariah Wilson.
Oh my God.
And he's like, and as for the escape attempt, she's a woman who's just really passionate about
She's passionate about travel.
Yes.
My God.
Yes.
I'm passionate about a lot of things, okay?
Yeah.
But if I'm locked down willy-nilly, I'm not going to just be like...
Super passionate about travel. He also kind of looks like he's out of like central casting from like a Shonda Rhimes like law drama.
Ooh, like Scandal.
Yeah, like he looks like he could be on Scandal as like some kind of like skeezy lawyer.
Oh, gross.
Not like skeezy slick back, but like he kind of reminds me of like oh my God. I don't know. Some guy that you're
God.
like, maybe he could be good, and then he like like Hans.
So
he's like a Hans.
He's
from
a Hans
Frozen.
from Frozen.
Yeah, he gives me that vibe.
I get it. So who's that guy? Oh my God, you met him. You met him when you and Kendra went up to LA.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
So kind of like that guy. Oh my God.
What's his name?
Hold on.
I can't believe you. By the way, side note, cannot believe you had a full-blown conversation with him. Didn't know who he was. It was probably for the best.
I mean, he looked familiar, but I was like, I don't know.
Oh my God, I would have sweated from all of my armpits and just every orifice. Like,
yeah.
But he can come
Paul
off as...
Adelstein.
I love him so much.
Very, very nice person.
Very...
And a real movie nerd, and I really, really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you as a walking IMDb-er, like, or IMDb
I honestly, though, I told you, so we were in this bar in LA and we were talking because he was like, well, what do you think's going to do better, Barbie or Oppenheimer? And I was like, Barbie. Obviously, this was like, I think a month before. No, it was like a few weeks before they both were released on the same day. Mm-hmm. And he was like, but really? And I was like, do you think that Oppenheimer? I was like, it's going to be like a 10-hour depressing... Like,
yeah, I haven't even
watched
it.
I was like, absolutely not. And then Kendra, I could see her like texting me, and she was texting me, oh, this is the guy from whatever. But she
was like trying to let you know who you were talking to.
I thought that she was going to be like, this guy's in fucking Oppenheimer, and you're shitting on Oppenheimer.
Could you imagine? You're like, Barbie, obviously. He's
Barbie,
like,
obviously. I was like, no one's going to want to watch that. Like,
he's like, I wrote, executive produced, starred, did all the things. I am Oppenheimer.
I did double check afterwards. I was like, oh shit, was he? He was not in Oppenheimer.
Okay. That is so good though. So yeah. So
like kind of like that guy. He kind of reminds me of like, wait, hold on. His name is James Wolk.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look at his face.
Yeah, James Wolk, the guy from. God, what did I just see him in?
Watchmen.
Yeah, he is in Watchmen.
Oh.
He's like a sweet, like, you know, where he looks like he's got a sweet face and was probably, and like gets off on, like, could get away with a lot because he looks like a nice guy. That's what this lawyer reminds me of. Like, he probably can get away with a lot because he looks like he's a nice guy, but he's a little bit of a shark kind of vibe.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, so yeah, his defense seems to be...
She's an avid traveler.
There's not video of her
travel.
actually committing the crime. And she's just really passionate about travel.
But with all the details, I get it. He's supposed to like take that. Job. That's his job. But I'm like,
his job.
That's
I get
a cute
it,
reach.
but...
That's a cute reach.
He also so she's passionate about travel. He also is claiming the Austin Police Department is biased and was quick to accuse Armstrong without sufficient evidence. And then also he kept reminding the jury that the burden of proof is on the state to prove that she's guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And so in opening statements, they're not allowed to really present an argument. Mm-hmm. And he kept doing that. So the state kept objecting and he was getting like super frustrated. And then it turned into like a very like kind of aggressive sidebar. But, like, every 2 seconds it was like, Objection. And so like it was like super frustrating.
So obnoxious.
He's like, I'm trying to get through it, Your Honor.
Yeah.
And she was like, but try to get through it without presenting an argument. And
like, you know the rules.
Yeah, you know the rules.
Stop trying to sneak your way in.
But it was like a little bit like, I don't know. A little like let me break the rules.
No.
Just let me break the rules and do what I want.
Yeah, no, he's like throwing a tantrum.
Uh-huh. So, the new information that was brought forth in court was that Kaitlin Armstrong, she had access to Colin Strickland's messages through her laptop and iPad.
She's real psycho.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, so because they had a business together and she was acting as his manager, she had access to his Instagram, his phone, like his iCloud, everything.
Yeah.
And so then also remember Armstrong had called Mo Wilson and was like, stay away from Colin.
Yeah.
And so he did confront her about that. So he did know about it and he did confront her about it to like kind of no avail. Armstrong reportedly blocked Wilson in Strickland's phone. He then realized and then unblocked her and then changed Wilson's name in his phone to Christine Wall. So he was texting her under a different name because he did say like, oh, she's not like really that jealous of a type. But then they were like, okay, well, why'd you change her name?
Right. Now you're telling me, I mean, your actions are showing me otherwise.
Mm-hmm. Cell phone records in May 2022 show that while Strickland was traveling and texting with Mo, Armstrong was at home logged into his Gmail and Instagram following everything as it was happening.
Like live, essentially.
Like live stalking.
Play by play. Yeah.
Yeah. In the days before, it was suspected that Armstrong tracked Wilson's whereabouts using Strava.
Oh, no.
And that was something that I had heard of but didn't include in the last episode because it was like, I felt like it was speculation, but it now is confirmed that she used Strava to figure out where she was. On May 9th, she looked her up once, and on the 10th, she looked her up 4 times.
So she knew. You know, that's so creepy because Aldridge, when he would run, he would use that app too.
Yeah.
I know so many people who use that. I know so many
people that know it.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember? I think of this every time I think of Strava. There was a guy, I think it was in San Francisco, who ran in a route to look like a dick.
A dick! That was so good. It was so good.
That's whenever I think of those running apps, that's what I think of.
I think it went viral because it was
streets.
Yeah, it was. Aldridge sent it to me. I can't tell you how many people sent it to me. It was the funniest shit. It made me smile so big.
It still makes me smile.
Yeah, right now.
Oh my god, Strava dicks.
That's so good. Yeah. Oh my god, that's so crazy.
So yeah, that's super scary, and I think it's more all the reason to never let anyone know where you are or do one of those tracker things.
Yeah.
Except for Find My Friends.
Except for Find My Friends,
your friends, so that they know when you're murdered where you went.
Yeah, but even when, remember that one time I tried to find you and I was like, I can't find you because I gotta figure it out.
Remember that time I was like, you were like, I can't find you. You're not on Find My Friends. You deleted me, and I'm like, no. right here on your phone.
Yeah.
You're crazy.
User error.
User
I just
error.
couldn't find I couldn't stalk my friends if I tried. I can't. Cannot compute.
So Kaitlin Cash, who is the woman whose apartment that Mo Wilson was staying at, testified that she found her on the floor of her apartment bathroom. And when she first arrived, she thought that she was cooling herself off on the tile.
Sucks.
Before she realized that something was super wrong. She also noted that Wilson's bike was missing. Normally, she parked it either by the front door or she had this like big black like bike bag. Mm-hmm. The bike, it turns out, was found in a patch of bamboo near the scene. I am so curious why there is a patch of bamboo.
Bamboo in Austin?
In Austin?
Hold on.
I was like, oh, okay. The DNA on the bike was deemed highly likely to be Armstrong's.
Oh my God.
The defense argued...
How did she get DNA on the bike?
She probably was like left the house, took the bike and like threw it because she was like ragey. If it were me.
Yeah.
And I had just been a shitty person and I was like ragey.
Yeah.
I feel like that's...
I guess you want to get rid of...
It wouldn't be evidence.
No, it's not evidence. I'm like, a bike?
It's not evidence, but it seems like a very spiteful kind of ragey thing, not a logical one.
And maybe they wanted to like throw people off the scent because they're like, if the bike's not at the house, she's not home. Maybe that's what it was.
Maybe. That doesn't make much sense, although I think I sent you the screen. A lot of things don't make sense at all. But
yeah.
So the defense argued that Armstrong's DNA could have gotten onto the bike via Strickland since they lived together. The bike was also not handled appropriately when taken into evidence since the officers didn't have a bag large enough to fit the bike, but the bike was swabbed for DNA on the scene before they packed it.
Okay. But I mean, if it's not an efficient swab.
I mean, it was efficient enough to get
Armstrong's DNA.
Get her DNA. In their investigation, the police got calls from witnesses pointing in Armstrong's direction, and they're anonymous calls because if she were released, they didn't
want her to come after them.
Yeah. So one caller said that when Armstrong found out that Strickland was dating Wilson, she became, quote, furious and was shaking with anger and said she wanted to kill Wilson. That's when she started doing the phone calls.
Tracks.
Investigators also looked into Wilson's ex-boyfriend because he had a history of domestic violence. However, his alibi placed him thousands of miles away. So he was cleared. Also, ugh.
Yeah, gross. The poor girl. She's not got a good picker on her.
No.
To deal with somebody who, and that's probably why she was like, Ma. She's like, I hate to say this, like, Captain Ignorer of the red flags.
Maybe. I don't know. She seems
like
a very, like,
saying that.
She felt like I mean, I don't know her, but, like, based on, like, when she, like, texted Colin and was like, hey, what's going on? I want to be upfront. That felt like a very responsible, like, mature. Mm-hmm. I mean, maybe that's like, it's lessons learned. Maybe it's like lessons learned. I've grown and like I'm not gonna. I don't know.
I don't want to say this is she because she is not here, but I feel like some people have a crazy threshold for bullshit, and like can like almost give people excuse or find reason in other people's bullshit that makes sense to them. Like they find some sort of logic because they want to see the good in people. They want to see, that it's not bullshit,
Yeah.
Ugh. Bleh. No thanks.
So Strickland testified, I think he testified Thursday and Friday. No, Friday and Monday. Either way. Mm-hmm. He
Twice.
Testified 2 days in a row. He said that after they found out about the murder, he asked Armstrong to write down her whereabouts for the day, and she claimed to have gone to yoga and a healer that day. That was like her alibi. It was like, I was at yoga and then a healer?
A healer because you fucking murdered somebody?
I don't even know. He
Probably.
said he then went to his place of business and then didn't see her again. In one of the more dramatic headlines of the trial, the defense asked him, "You know Kaitlin Armstrong very well, don't you?" And he said, "No, I do not." And then the court gasped.
Yeah.
There was like a, and then he was like.
An audible gasp.
Yeah, there's an audible gasp. And then he was like, I mean, I thought I knew her, but I guess I really didn't. Like that kind of like.
Oh my God. Okay, 90s.
Like that kind of drama. He also was like being a dick to photographers, which is like somewhat understandable, but like he, like, I think on Friday he was like walking and then there was he like kind of like walked into a photographer and there was a barricade behind him. And so then he fell. Yeah. And, you know, they chalked that up to being like, oh, I guess like in the frenzy or whatever. But like, no, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then on Monday, I think it was Friday, Monday, he straight up like stomps on a photographer's foot as he's leaving. And then God. He like, the photographer lets out this,
Wait, I'm gonna need you to do that one more time.
Yeah. It's like you see his like hands go up and like it's like the most like melodramatic like and he just like keeps on walking like nothing happens. And then
I can see he's like flail like, you know, like a basketball player who gets like ever so slightly tapped.
Literally, that's what happened. He was like, it was like for sure like, okay.
Where's his Oscar?
All right.
Okay.
And then, but apparently he was like, he pressed charges, but it was the same photographer.
Twice?
Same one.
Oh my God, he double tapped the same photographer.
The same guy. But also, I mean, I get that like, they're in his shit.
Yeah,
he's not
annoyed. Yeah,
to getting his photo taken.
It's even not though fun. He's not in a great position, right?
No,
I get it, but still.
Yeah.
Arms in the air. It was like as if
it really was
as if he stepped on like a bunch of marbles and just dramatic.
Like, it was like a stomp on the foot. It wasn't even like. In my dream, you know those dreams where you think that you're gonna punch someone really hard and then it like is like a of a punch? You've never had a dream like that?
No, I only ever punch very hard in my dreams.
I punch to the point where it's like my hand just like rolls off. Yeah, and so that's what it looked like in my. It was like the dream version of like what I think I would look like stomping on someone's foot, where it doesn't look that hard.
Because I can't imagine you doing it in the real life of it all. But no, in my dreams I get
a grown man stomping on another grown man's foot.
Yeah. So good.
So more new evidence. Armstrong's iCloud account shows on May 12th she deleted a note on her phone that had the address of a location close to the crime scene. Oh. So my thought of this is that she used Strava and then tried to pinpoint the address, staked out the place until she saw them come back and saw which house she went into. May 13th, she sold her Jeep.
That is crazy.
That's crazy.
Right? So absolutely. So she used Strava to see where, like, and physically was like, okay, she lives in this house.
Yeah.
That is so fucking crazy.
Psycho.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, but, you know, they don't have, she didn't do it, though, apparently.
Oh, wink, wink. Yeah. Wink, wink, nod, nod.
She's just really passionate about travel.
She's passionate about travel!
May 13th, she sold her Jeep to Austin CarMax for $13,000. And the money was put into a new account that she had just opened up. The 14th, she Ubered to ATX and then flew to Houston, then to New York. The 18th, she buys a ticket to Costa Rica using her email, credit card, and her sister's name and passport.
I was going to say, she used her sister's stuff.
Mm-hmm. During her time on the run, she kept Googling her name, and a bunch of the searches led to articles about the murder and her escape. She also searched, can pineapples burn your fingerprints?
Pineapples burn your... This is what you sent me, and I was like, tell me this isn't real. Like, what? I mean, pineapples, I heard they can induce labor. I don't know if it's real. I did eat a lot of pineapples before J-Mo. Still did. Actually, it didn't work. I had to get induced.
Can confirm.
I know, can confirm, did not work. But burn your fingerprints.
Burn your fingerprints. Yeah. I tried to like I don't know. If anyone were to go through my search history, my search history would be like the most random shit, and I do feel like that would be something
Mine is
that
typically...
would be in my search history. But no, I didn't murder anybody.
No, you didn't. So you have nothing to hide.
For a different reason.
My search history is like, what the fuck does this word mean? Because it's a Wordle word, and I'm like, I don't know what this means. I can't even use it in a sentence. No.
I'm like, I'm curious. What was my search history today?
Oh my God, I'm going to do that. Well, one of them
Are we looking at our search histories right now? Recent searches. Oh, the menu.
Mine is literally... I can't even. This is so embarrassing. Well, first of all, Wordle. Kaitlin Armstrong, ABC Animal Hospital, PPAP machine, because it's supposed to be better than a CPAP machine.
Uh-huh.
AccuWeather. No, it's not fun. Oh, can iron supplements cause nausea? Because I was feeling nauseous, and I'm certainly not pregnant.
No!
And then I did look up one of my coworkers that's not, like, working with me at my branch.
On Strava?
No, I know. Dun, dun, dun. Getting ideas. No, but she's in the film industry, and I was like, I wonder what she's in.
Oh.
I know. But that was it.
I looked up screw adapters for boom mics. Thrifty ice cream.
Oh my God, that's so good.
Fantastic Mr. Fox party ideas.
Feifei.
Yeah. So, and then James Wolfe, the animal. Yeah, all the stuff we just Googled while we were sitting here.
while we were sitting here.
Oh, God.
My
so
search
stupid.
history is certainly not, can pineapples burn off fingerprints?
No.
What was she going to do? Like...
I don't know. Like you've already put your fingerprints on things.
Yeah.
They already have them in a system.
It's in
to know that it's yours.
Are you gonna, like, she would be better off
to get your passport? Don't you have to?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh wait, no, you don't. What do you need to do? Fingerprints?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know, but like,
who knows? Yeah, I don't know.
It's too late.
Yeah,
you should have thought of this. You should have
Googled
this
still
before.
Have they have all the records of all the fingerprints already. Yeah. What are you gonna be like? Can't find. They're not mine anymore. Yeah. I don't have fingerprints. She's gonna do finger pineapples.
And then this is what happened that I didn't even write in my notes. So they hold on. The defense called for a mistrial and tried to cast suspicion on Strickland rather than Armstrong.
They're trying to shiny object.
They're trying to be like, oh, but look at him.
Yeah. Shiny object over here.
Look at him over here. Yeah. Stomping on reporters' feet.
Oh my God. Bumping him into barricades.
Yeah. And then he tried, and then they were like, we want a mistrial. And the judge was like, no. And then court was adjourned for the day.
Honestly, they look sillier and sillier.
I know.
Mr. Sleazy,
not Shonda
scandal
Rhimes
guy.
Lawyer.
Not scandal guy, because I love him.
Not scandal guy.
Adelstein. What's his name? I love him so much.
I know.
Yeah. That sounds silly.
It's so silly.
And is it still going?
So it's still going. It's expected to last 2 weeks. Today is 1 full week. Well, minus Tuesday minus yesterday because of Election Day.
Yeah.
So it'll be going for another week. So we'll just have to see how things go. And then we'll just have to do another update after the verdict is read.
Oh my God, I can't wait. There's no way. Oh my, okay. I don't want to think too, like.
I don't want to, so I keep going through this like, oh, Jenna, she is innocent until proven guilty. But like the evidence was like very, very, very like strong.
Yes. And I think it's silly, the fact that they're reaching so hard, in my opinion.
I mean, it's his job. I mean, like, do what you... Maybe this is me seeing the best in people. Maybe he's like, this lady's fucking psycho. I'm just going to throw a sham of a trial and throw whatever, like, so that I know nothing will happen. I know that's not what he's doing.
No, it's
but, I mean... Bleh.
I know. We'll see.
Gross. Okay.
I'm excited, though. I like that it's ongoing.
So we'll see how things go, and we will update everybody then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Bye. Follow us. Oh, if you follow us on Instagram, I will be posting updates. And yeah, that's it. I think that we'll maybe just do this as like a bonus episode, maybe not like a full.
Yeah.
And so a little like bonusy kind of situation. So if it's short, don't judge us. Rate and review.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
We're just here to update.
Yeah.
We've already given you the juice.
We've given you the juice. Now it's just a little taste, a chaser.
A little chaser.
There we go.
A little pickleback.
A little pickleback.
A little pickleback.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
That's so weird. Why did I say that?
I don't know.